Attention NÆ and Blizz.
plug that mic in. Don't worry about it.
Don't be nice. Don't think that.
You're welcome, Kionius. No problem.
Mega Man X5 vibes with this pre-show music, says Blink Optimist.
We should share this playlist at
Yeah.
some point in the future.
Do you guys want a copy of this playlist? We could
Yeah.
totally share that, like tomorrow.
It's some fun stuff. It's all instrumental. Yeah.
It is.
Affirmative.
Thanks, Kionius.
Blizzle action on that horn.
Trumpet on SM58, or no, 57, SM57. Keep it simple.
We gotta start on time.
We're ready. We're like really ready.
We're
I can
gonna
show
be-
you. I can show you how ready we are. We are this ready. We're like on stage.
We are on stage. No other show in Chicago is this ready tonight. Let me
No,
just say.
we're gonna hit on time. And that timer runs out.
In fact, probably no other show in outer space is this ready.
No. We got a Fox 6. Thank you, Kionius.
He has arms now, for sure. Blizz definitely has arms at the moment.
That took me a minute. I didn't. I got it. Those things suck to put on. I will say. They take.
Good work.
We've got Kendra. Yeah.
Good work.
We got like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Kendra, glad you're here.
Yeah.
We got some creations gonna be in the hair.
I don't think I have a Kendra creation on tonight. Don't worry about it. You got it all over that Sugar Plums music video. Never seen hands on a guitar like that guy.
Hello.
Hi, Ice Cream Advisors. We're so glad you've all made it with us tonight. My name is NÄ. This is Blizz.
Hello.
We are here with our supercomputer AI, Kionius.
Nice to be along for the ride.
And, whoop, hey, wardrobe malfunction already. We've got Lunabelle, our stowaway. I think she's over in the lounge. She was eating some pizza or something like that.
She's
I'm not
having
exactly
a great
sure.
time. All of you who check in on Lunabelle, she appreciates it. We appreciate it as we go on our journey in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're so happy that you get to be a part of our journey. So,
Saturday.
so if you're here with us, we recommend that you take your handheld glowing rectangle device and cast our stream to your best TV and speakers so that you can experience the high quality audio that we are streaming to you from the MPS-88, our music-powered spaceship, and then you can join us in the chat
In
from
the
your
chat.
handheld glowing rectangle and be a part of our journey.
Which we can see.
Yeah, it's so wonderful to see so many of you all here. We've got Kendra, we've got Sean, we've got the DePaul Humanities Center in the house.
Stranger danger.
We've got Sully Sullivan, we've got Mr. Gleam, we've got Stranger Danger, oh my god.
Yeah, and Kionius, of course.
I'm glad you are here as well.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be awesome. And I'm so excited to hear our mission brief.
I was wondering, Kionius, do you have our mission brief together?
Not quite, Blizz.
What? Huh?
Prior to your mission today, the IICC would like you to complete a short survey about your experience as ice cream ambassadors thus far in your journey. Your input will help the IICC to understand your progress and ensure your satisfaction with our program. But
Great.
first, you'll need to power up the MBS 88.
Wow.
True that.
That sounds great.
Blizz, I don't really love satisfaction surveys. They kind of, I don't know, when they come in an email, I'm just like, do I really have to do this right now? Do you guys relate to that? I mean, seriously, satisfaction survey from the IICC.
Yeah, I think it's great that the IICC is checking in on us. They just want to know how we're doing. And they're here with so much support and their vast resources to help us in our journey through space. I think I'm excited to take the survey and let the IICC know how we are doing.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But
We'll see. But we got to power up the spaceship.
that's right.
It's time to
Let's
do it.
We're going to play our theme song, Orbital Ice Cream, and ice cream advisors in the chat. When you see us doing this, you should let us know your favorite ice cream pairing. What goes well with your ice cream? And we'll incorporate it into our song. Cool.
Let's do it. Yes. Are you ready?
I am ready. And by the way, if you're joining us for the first time, we are doing everything live.
Yes.
This is not
Everything you see is
pre-recorded.
live and looped and put together.
That's right.
On the spot. Here we go. Sweet sensation. ice cream up.
Eat it up. Let's go to space. 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 And sweet sensations will taste. Let's go to space. 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 It's orbital ice cream. Woo!
Thank you, ice cream advisors.
Ice cream advisors, you all have the best pairings. Cherry pie. I love that with like a real vanilla bean ice cream. Oh, I'm so glad that we're inspiring hotel and campsite bookings with our little travel jam there at the end.
Of course.
That's amazing. So, woo, awesome. You know, what do you like to pair with your ice cream, Blizz?
Honestly, you know, this is not a show for kids. I like a Guinness with my ice cream.
Ooh, a little
Yeah.
frothy.
We don't always get it up here in our MPS 88 spaceship, but when I do, it's a great treat.
Oh, yeah. Guinness
Little
with
vanilla.
You know, I know what Lunabelle likes to pair with her ice cream.
What?
Pizza.
Lunabelle. Oh my
In
goodness.
fact, where is Lunabelle?
You know, I haven't seen her, but she likes to hang out and she keeps ordering pizza.
She does. I mean, maybe like a lot of Lunabelle.
Oh my
no.
goodness, what is she doing in there?
She is using our MPS 88 IICC credit card to order a bunch of Lou Malnati's pizza in
And
space.
look, she's got out the Black Tempest dust again.
Oh, yeah.
So she can keep our ice cream cold.
You know, it's been really helpful using the Black Tempest dust a little bit.
Hey,
to-
guys, you're not supposed to get out the Black Tempest dust. You know, like, it's like, you know, they said it's like fragile or something. Like, we're not supposed to mess with it.
I mean, they only just now sent us that container that said put Black Tempest dust inside and do not open.
I know,
The
I'm just saying. Well,
IICC.
I'm interested in this little survey. Maybe there's something there that would be, you know, insightful. Because sometimes I feel like, you know, we're playing around with the ice cream recipes.
Yeah, well,
Kionius,
maybe.
is that survey ready?
I don't know about surveys, but I guess we should go ahead and do that. I mean, I'm sorry, Blizz. I don't mean to take out the Black Tempest dust too much, but it's been really helpful for making our ice cream recipes and keeping our ice cream cold. And yeah, let's just take this survey, get it over with, so we can get on with our mission.
Okay, this sounds like something. Let's do it. Let's hear the directions.
Yeah.
Attention, NÄ and Blizz. Attention, NÄ and Blizz.
Okay.
Are you ready to take the survey?
I guess so.
I guess so, yeah, that's what we're saying.
I guess.
I'll read you the following statements and record your answers in qualitative form. For each statement, NÄ and Blizz each please let the IICC know if you strongly agree, are neutral, disagree, or strongly disagree.
Okay. We can do that.
That sounds great.
Sure. All right, Kionius.
Statement 1. You feel motivated, inspired, and confident to complete your next IICC missions.
Oh, strongly agree.
Yeah.
Motivation, no problem.
We got this.
All right.
Answers recorded. Loading next survey item. Statement 2. So far on your mission, you've felt supported by the vast resources of the International Ice Cream Consortium of Earth and trust the IICC's continued support.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Blizz, I gotta say, I just gotta think for a second here. You can put your hand, sorry, Blizz. Not to be awkward or anything, but with the IICC, I feel like they're hiding something from us. It's like, why did they send us that container for the Black Tempest dust at the last minute? Say, do not open, put Black Tempest dust inside. I don't know, I just feel like a little bit like unsafe. It's like, I just want them to be more transparent. So I gotta say I disagree.
Well, I guess I did pour the Black Tempest dust on myself, and I had a brain freeze for like 3 days.
Yeah, and
So-
I got some Black Tempest dust on Luna Bell's fur the other day, and it totally burned off. Luckily, you can't see that on camera because it's on her backside.
Answers recorded. Loading next survey item.
Okay.
All right.
Statement 3. You have done due diligence in storing, preserving, locking, and ensuring maximum security for all ice cream recipes, intergalactic technologies, and materials captured on your missions.
Strongly agree. We've done our very best. We've been very excellent ice cream ambassadors. I think we're fine.
Nay. You guys have been bringing out ice cream recipes, like cooking in the spaceship kitchen. Like, it's fun, but I don't know if I would say you've been very protective and you're taking care of the recipes. And the Black Tempest just, Luna Bell's all just hanging out in there. You know what I mean?
I know, but
look at her. Look at her. What is that?
She's pretty cute, though. She's pretty cute. And why would we be on an ice cream mission if we weren't supposed to try the ice cream recipes and experiment in the spaceship kitchen and order some pizzas to go along with it? I don't know.
I guess.
Answers recorded. Thank you for taking the IICC survey. Now uploading survey results.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, that didn't go exactly like I thought. Blizz, I can't believe you think that we've been not taking care of the ice cream recipes with maximum security and stuff. I thought we've been doing a good job of that.
It's just something to keep in mind, I guess, moving forward. We want to, the Black Tempest stuff seems a little dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You're probably right. You're probably right. After all of those freezer burn incidents, we should be a little bit more careful. I agree. And I'm sorry, Blizz, for saying that you don't trust the IICC or that I don't trust the IICC. Oh my God, all of our answers are recorded now. I don't even know. I'm a little bit nervous about this. But the thing is, I ask a lot of questions, and I just wish that working for the International Ice Cream Consortium, they could be just a little bit more transparent with us,
I think that's fair. And your art does look at a lot of questions and those things that we take for granted and those systems that we live in. And I think that we should maybe take that same approach with the IICC in the future.
You're right, Blizz.
I'm still interested in the results. I'm also interested in what our mission is this episode.
Yes, we do. We have an ice cream mission, an orbital ice cream mission. Now we got through that survey, and now that everyone's here, we got to get through this mission brief.
I know. We got the Michigan people in from the mission brief.
Oh, yeah.
Attention, Nay and
Blizz. This is what we were saying.
Right.
I've received and compiled your IICC mission brief.
Well, I'd say let's hear it.
Let's hear it, Kionius. Let's go.
IICC Mission Brief 20488. NÆ and Blizz. Your IICC mission is to navigate to the planet of Phydera, a mostly aquatic planet covered in salt water, not so unlike Earth's own vast oceans, rich with species and life. On this planet, Phydrogels are the governing inhabitants. A natatory species, Phydrogels have engineered complex hydraulic systems to move quickly through the waters, send messages, and even live above the surface of water in luxurious platform pools. For select groups of Phydrogels, I should mention, the Phydrogel civilization is structured as something like we would call a caste system. Most Phydrogel's designations and vocations are determined early in life. For all their marked ingenuity on their planet, the Phydrogels have not yet created a means to travel to space. Building a rocket ship with adequate firepower and a water-filled cabin has always seemed a daunting task, but one that the Phydrogels have aspired towards for millennia. I should also mention that the IICC did not receive this call for help from the governing body, but rather from a small group of adolescent Phydera, an intelligent group of rebellious youngsters with their own ambitions. They wish for change in aspects of their own society's structure. The IICC believes these young citizens to be onto something, but your mission is to communicate with them about their desires, negotiate with them and the Phydera government, and help the inhabitants come closer to their dreams of spaceflight. Then, retrieve their mouth-watering, water-based sorbet recipe from Phydera's ice cream vault, which will prove invaluable to Earth's retail industries. If you succeed.
Whoa.
Okay. Wow.
Well, these Phydera gels sound really interesting.
I know. It sounds like we have an underwater mission that we get to go swim maybe a little bit. That's cool.
That's great.
All right.
Well, let's power up the spaceship and land.
Let's land it.
Are you ready?
I am, and I'm trying to get it out of my mind. I'm a little worried about sending all those results to the IICC, but I think this mission's going to be a lot of fun, Blizz. And in fact, I have an idea of a song we should play, especially when we're talking about communicating and being able to talk one to another despite all obstacles between two parties. I think we should play a song called Girl Boy Panic that you wrote, Blizz.
I don't know. I would like that, but what about Be All End All?
You know
Then
what?
we can do Girl Boy Panic.
Both of those songs are all about communication, and Be All End All actually might be the perfect landing song, specifically because it's about cliches and not accepting reality for what it is and dismissing it with cliche phrases. So
That sounds amazing.
but I think we should play Girl Boy Panic afterwards.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Just, setting things up here.
Oh, good. I think we have a fun mission ahead.
All right.
You ready?
I am ready, Blizz.
One, two, three,
It is what it is at the end of the day. So the story goes, yeah, you know what they say. In every way. Let's try that again. It is what it is at the end of the day. So the story goes, yeah, you know what they say. Well, let me ask you this. Is it better late than never, as luck would have it? That goes without saying. For what it's worth, in this day and age, for all intents and purposes, hit the ground running. It's the be-all, end-all. It is what it is, just one day at a time. That goes without saying. It is what it is. It's the be-all, end-all. think we did it. I think we did it. We not only landed, we went underwater, Ice Cream Advisors.
I
This
saw
is
that.
amazing. Wow.
That was amazing.
Dude, yes. Yes and yes. Well, we are on Phydera, and guys, this is so awesome. I totally agree. That was such a rad guitar solo. Ice Cream Advisors are just losing it over your performance over here, Blizz. Kind of awesome. So, what's next? We're on a planet. It's all aquatic.
Well, I think I should probably go check and see if we have some underwater gear, you know, like some things that we can talk to these, what were they called again? Phydrels? Jellies?
Phydrogels.
Oh, Phydrogels. That's
Yeah.
right. Well,
Yeah.
it would be great to communicate with them. You know, I thought I heard something like maybe outside. I'm not sure.
Well, I think you should go find our gear and let's swim through and see what we can do. You know, Blizz, with all this talk about the IICC and Ice Cream Advisors, you know, I've just been thinking a lot about why I chose to go on this mission in the first place. And, you know, obviously I'm really excited to save Earth's retail industry and do work for the International Ice Cream Consortium so we can revitalize malls on Earth. But at the same time, you know, I was raised in a mall by mannequins, and they were so loving and caring and empathetic. And, you know, when the IICC reached out and said, we can utilize you, your art, your music, you know, I've always felt there's a lot of resistance sometimes in the music industry and the art world, and I felt that I needed to forge my own path to get through it all. And it seemed like this was maybe the road less traveled to go to space and get to do something with art and music combined. So
Wow.
I said, yeah. And you know, the coolest thing is the idea of being able to help someone by sharing earthly science and culture, just like the mannequins helped me. So,
Well,
I
Nay,
don't know.
that is amazing, and I think that's part of what makes you just the best pilot I could ever have. It's so wonderful.
Oh, well, Blizz, you're the best co-pilot I could ever ask for.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm the best supercomputer you could
of
ever
course.
ask for.
Yes, of course, of course.
Thank
Well,
you, Kionius.
You know, I'm down here in the bottom of the spaceship, and so maybe you can drive for a
Great.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll steer the ship, and you monitor the signal, and let's see if we can find these Phydrogels.
That sounds great. Let's
Awesome.
do it.
Woo!
All right.
Let's do it.
Are you at the controls? Can you see out the door?
I can see. I can see out the door. It's looking pretty good here. I'm ready to steer. How are we doing over there, Blizz, on your end?
Okay. We're getting good.
Sweet.
Whoa,
Yeah.
we're underwater, guys.
And
How
you know,
cool is that?
Kionius was saying we're supposed to find someone, one of the Phydrogels. Her name is Drea. So honestly, we've gotta look. I don't see anyone yet. But maybe we'll run into these. Wow, are you seeing this, Ice Cream Advisors? Look at all these hydraulic tubes that the Phydrogels have put together here. Oh my god.
Wow, they built so much on their planet. I wonder if those little guys are around who say, oh, there they are.
Whoa, I see them.
Whoa, we gotta go underneath those guys.
Ooh,
Oh my, that was cool.
we've gotta be close.
Well, I think we should land since they're here.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and put on the brakes here, Blizz. You're still getting the image. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Landing, commencing.
Woo! Looking good. We've gotten really good at driving the spaceship lately.
Oh,
honestly.
yeah. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
amazing.
All right. Well, Drea.
Wow. That was a great landing. Oh, look at the little fiber gills.
Oh, they're so cute.
Hey, I thought I heard something there.
You did?
I can't really hear you.
Hello?
Hello.
But now can you hear me?
No, kind of, Drea. Is it coming through?
Now can you
No, can you
hear
hear?
me?
Can you hear us? What the? Drea. Thanks, Drea. Hey, Drea, can you... What? Can you...
What?
Are we
I can't hear anything either.
I don't know what's going on out there.
I can't. I honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Hi,
can hear us
Drea.
now?
Sound like you're so far away.
Sorry, Drea.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
We're working on it, Drea. Sorry.
Yeah, but your voice is like this.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I've got a plan here. Okay. I muted her.
Ooh, boy.
She's got a lot of energy.
I gotta see what this little Phydera species
like it.
looks like here.
Well, you know, I think I can probably, if we charged up the step sequencer, I've got that installed on the ship, so I can translate,
Yes.
you know, from outside to inside with their echolocation signals, and hopefully we'll get some clarity, because that wouldn't have worked for a whole episode.
No.
Okay.
We gotta be able to hear what Drea has to say. I
Oh, you
love
know,
that.
and you said that one song. It's about communication. It's about those things that we kind of that we personally think people will notice and think about us, think poorly of us, or make judgments that really maybe in the end aren't that big of a deal. And like it's about overcoming those things. And it's written by this songwriter. With me down on Earth. You might have heard of him. His name's Patrick Sully Sullivan.
Awesome. He's an
Yeah.
amazing lyricist in Chicago.
Yeah, so I think we should play it since you kept trying to make us play it earlier.
So you're saying we should play Girl Boy Panic? Yes. Man, this sure does work out, right?
Always.
Awesome.
There's always some room for ice cream.
Indeed.
Sorry? Almost? I just got to get the step sequencer together. I didn't quite have it ready. Okay. Look, there, now it even says it.
Nice work, Blizz.
One, two. When it comes to girls that flirt with their bags of tricks and just desserts, my small talk strikes. It strikes like a hammer, leaving them speechless when they hear the stammer. Girl panic, girl panic, girl panic,
Girl panic,
girl.
girl. When it comes to boys that hustle, who act Joe cool and flex their bare muscles, they'll buy me a drink, and by the third sip, How's the step sequencer doing?
I think the step sequencer is charged up.
Okay.
Let's see. Can we hear Drea?
Drea? Are you coming in? Maybe?
Blizz, Nay, on behalf of myself and the Phydera clan, I thank you for coming here to help us.
Wow.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah. Hey, Drea. Whoa.
Hey, Drea?
Okay, calm down, Drea. Okay. All right. We're good.
Well, I'm going to go out and swim and find her now that you found all that gear. So if you can keep monitoring the signal from here, I got
Yeah. I'll monitor the signal. Drea, how you doing? That's so cool.
so awesome.
Well, Drea, tell us what's going on.
Hi, Nay. Hi, Blizz. Me and my friends love, well, making things, engineering, and we want to work with the Phydera clan to be a part of HRI, their secretive company, hydraulic rocket industries.
Wow.
They're also our government.
Okay.
My clan, the Phydera clan, is responsible for morale here on Phydera. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm super at boosting morale, but I really think it'd be my dream to do something even bigger.
Oh, Drea, I totally understand and I totally relate to that. Seriously.
I don't even know how to ask, Nay. I didn't mean to get in trouble by sending the message, but now the HRI is looking for me, and I'm scared of the consequences. I mean, I actually want to meet them, but the Phydera clan is supposed to do our jobs, not make things complicated for the Phydera clan.
Oh, well, Drea, I don't think you have anything to apologize for at all. And you know what? We're here to help you, and I know just the thing.
Well, I think maybe we should call an expert to help. This is complicated.
Yes, we've got to call an expert, and we can help you, Drea. Let's do it.
Yeah, maybe someone that's interested in culture and maybe even knows about space travel, because the Phydera gels really want to travel in space, and who maybe understands like systems and systemic structures things in culture and how those might need to change. Let's see who we have here.
Look in that Rolodex, Blizz.
No. Oh, here we go. I have an idea right here. I think we should call Dr. Sylvester. No, Dr. Roshanna.
Dr. Roshanna Sylvester.
Sylvester.
Dr. Roshanna Sylvester is an associate professor of critical media practices and digital humanities at the University of Colorado at Boulder, and she is the director of the Intergalactic Center for Astro Epistolary Studies.
Well, that sounds like the perfect expert to call.
Perfect. See if you can get her on the line, Blizz, and I'll go head over to the lounge.
That sounds great. Hey, Roshanna? Roshanna, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, is your camera working down there?
Just a second. Let's see.
Oh, I think I can hear you coming through here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Great. Let me see if I can get this signal and broadcast it to our ice cream advisors here. I don't think they can see you quite yet. So, here we go. Hey, it's Dr. Roshanna Sylvester.
Hi.
Hi, May. Hi, Blizz.
How is
How are
it?
you? How are you on the MPS 88?
Well, oh man, we're so happy to see you. You know, Roshanna, I have a kind of a pizza situation, a little
Luna Bell.
Black
Oh,
Tempest.
my gosh.
Sorry about that.
All right.
You know, just cleaning up the mess here from Luna Bell.
She's always partying.
So, all of that said, Roshanna, I know your research is focused around studying histories of gender, technology, and the history of childhood in the early space age, which is why we reached out to you. So we're wondering if you could maybe tell us a little bit more about your work.
Sure thing, May. I'd be happy to. So I'm working on a project that's called A Sky Full of Stars, Girls in Space Age Cultures in Cold War America and the Soviet Union. And, what I'm really super interested in is what it was like for kids in the early 1960s to actually witness the beginning of human spaceflight.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think it was an amazing moment. And, as you know, there was this space race going on at the time between the United States and the USSR, and it was part of the broader Cold War. And, that was a competition between the two superpowers that was really pitting these two ideological systems against each other. So, consumer capitalism and the shopping mall, on the one side versus state socialism on the other.
Right.
And so in the late 1950s and early 1960s, it looked like the Soviets were going to win that space race. And I think Kionius, do we have some visuals on this?
Oh, Kionius, keep up.
There you go. So that the first human to ever orbit Earth was a Soviet cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin, who went up on April 12, 1961. And then the U.S. caught up on February 20th, 1962, when John Glenn became the first American in orbit.
That's right. So cool.
Yeah, but then in something that's really incredible, on June 16th, 1963, the Soviets actually launched the first woman into space. And her name was Valentina Tereshkova. She was only 26 years old. She was kind of a Soviet everywoman. And, one of the things that was really, interesting about her is that she was just a regular worker at a textile factory, but she was also an amateur parachutist.
What? No way. A parachutist? It's like, no wonder the Soviets thought she'd be a great candidate to go to space. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so, there she is up there on my wall. Her call sign was the Seagull. And in the press, a lot of people called her Valya. So, people got on a first name basis with her. She was somebody that seemed very approachable, even though she was, a space hero. In the United States, though, this news that the Soviets had sent this woman set off all kinds of alarm bells. There were a bunch of women pilots in the U.S. at the time who had passed all of the tests to become astronauts. They were known as the Mercury 13. And they were actually, featured in Life magazine in the issue that talked about Tereshkova's flight. So they felt really passed over by this. And, NASA basically said that, any astronaut had to be a fighter pilot. All of them were men.
Of course.
Right. And, but that men were the only ones who were qualified. So these women couldn't be considered at all to be candidates at that point.
Wow.
So it took another 20 years, Nate. It took another 2 decades before attitudes changed enough in the U.S. For NASA to put Sally Ride into space. She was the first American woman in orbit. She went up on June 18th, for the first time, went up on June 18th, 1983. So that 20-year difference really got me thinking. You got to ask yourself, what did it mean for those girls in the Soviet Union that a woman from their own country was first in space? And how did it feel for those American girls, the fact that women in the U.S. were not allowed to be astronauts? So those are questions I was really, really interested in. And in order to answer those questions, I went to the archives. That's what historians do. And I was able to go to some archives in Moscow and here in the U.S., and I read hundreds of fan mail letters that were sent to those early spacefarers, Gagarin and Glenn and Tereshkova.
Wow. You've created such a beautiful, huge archive.
Yeah, it was really an interesting project. And, I also did a whole bunch of research on cultures of childhood in both countries, so I could understand more about where these girls were coming from, right? What their lives were really like. And, I especially wanted to find out more about the obstacles facing girls and young women who wanted to become scientists or technologists, engineers, mathematicians, or even astronauts. So a lot of my work was focusing on that.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic.
Well, you sound like you would be the perfect person for our mission as an expert to help the Phydera gels.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we reached out to you.
Well, it's great to be here. It's great to help.
Well, let me just tell you a little bit about what's going on. You see, we made this new fighter gel friend. Her name's Drea, and she was just telling us all about, the fact that they have all these. What is that? What is that noise? Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Oh, Nay, I don't know what's going on.
There's a lot of flashing lights going on.
I'm the best supercomputer you
We
could
know,
ever ask
Kionius.
for.
Tell us what's going on,
Hey,
though.
Blizz. It looks like the HRI is just outside the spaceship.
The HRI is just outside the spaceship. Well, that explains all the flashing lights. What should we do, Blizz?
Well, I think we should bring Drea inside here, and maybe her and Roshanna can chat for a bit, and figure out what maybe we can do next, because this is not good. I think what we should do is we should activate the bubble shield.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think we should do it.
I've got a hose. We're keeping her wet. We got Drea. She's coming in the spaceship right now.
Oh, hey, Drea.
Drea,
how's it going?
How do you like our lounge?
Ooh, cool.
Whoa, all right. Well, that's awesome.
Wow.
Oh my, wow, that was amazing.
That was fun coming into the spaceship with us.
Wow. Well, Drea, Roshanna, do you guys want to chat for a little bit? And maybe Blizz and I can play some music to hold off the HRI?
Absolutely, we're on it.
That would be great.
Amazing.
Well, hey, Nay, I don't know what exactly we could play, but we do have a song that's about space travel, and it's also about sort of being the first person to meet an alien species. Like, we're the aliens to their species. And I think that would be a perfect song.
Cool.
I know, to Drea, we're aliens.
No, that's actually a great idea. Is that song called First Contact, Blizz? That would be. That is such a good idea.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I hope we can hold him off long enough with this bubble shield situation.
I know,
honestly.
we got to keep the bubble shield going. Bubble shield's gonna keep the HRI away for a little bit, so that Drea and Roshanna can have a conversation, and then maybe we can talk to them or see what we can do to help.
I think that's great. I had a freak out moment there, Blizz, with the HRI coming in and everything.
I know, and that's siren.
Let's do this.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, I think we might have kept the bubble shield up
We
long
did it?
enough.
We did it?
We got to check back in.
We do. Oh man, let's see how everything went over there with Roshanna and Drea. Oh my goodness, is everything okay? I sure hope so. Let's bring back Roshanna.
Oh, hey, Roshanna, did you get a chance to talk with Drea? Let me see if our connection's coming back in. Here we go.
Yeah. We had a chance to talk.
Great.
And, Drea even installed some hydraulic tubing in your spaceship.
What?
So just in case I have to send you something, we have a way to communicate. This,
Oh, my
there's a lot
gosh.
of communication happening here, right? So
Oh,
we have to have
yeah.
our method.
I haven't used one of those hydraulic tubes in so long, but I know they were a part of like communication in buildings and stuff in the 1960s. Oh, that's amazing.
Dr. Roshanna, we knew you were going to be the best expert to call.
Well, it so happens that I have, some hydraulic tubing here myself,
right there.
here in Colorado. So that makes it possible. It's the Center for Intergalactic Epistolary Studies. We have to have some way of talking. So
No, seriously.
Wow.
We definitely knew you were the best expert to call. That's incredible.
Well, I
listen,
see, yeah,
speaking
Drea's
of
going to
Drea,
install something.
It seems like there's a lot of folks there on Phydera that have really limited opportunities.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking that if we take a look at Earth's history, it might be a good case study. And, there's some, humans, we know this, right? Humans have not been the best about changing our own systems, dealing with structural problems and these societal expectations that kind of get ossified. And even when technology was really fast, that sort of social and cultural stuff takes a while to catch up. And, that's definitely a situation that I think Earth's history can help us with a little bit.
Honestly, that is the truth. I've definitely felt personally the challenges of rising in music and art as a female. And I was actually just telling Blizz about how I wanted to do this mission because it was different. I was inspired to move forward.
Exactly. And, it can be really hard. And, maybe for you too, it was scary sometimes, right? When you're trying to break with expectations and challenge traditional power relationships, but, we have this situation that helps us understand that we really have to try, that trying matters a lot. And that, for instance, after the Russian Revolution in 1917, women were declared equal with men. Legally and politically, this seemed like a really big step forward. And that did make it a lot easier for women to move into fields like science and technology and to, get educations and have careers in those fields. And Soviet women, in a lot of ways, had more opportunities than women did, American women did for a time. But the fact is that the Soviet system promised this equality, but and that just the promise of it helped girls to think about their life possibilities in a different way. But unfortunately, there were still lots of roadblocks, that Soviet women faced, and sexism didn't just evaporate, because the laws changed, and you can't just flip that switch, right? So Tereshkova, when she went to space, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just agreeing. Yeah. My mind is being...
It's really mind-blowing, really.
It
And
is.
when Tereshkova went to space, there were some people that were critics, and they're like, oh, it's just a big publicity stunt. She didn't really do anything. They tried to downplay her accomplishment and her competence.
Yeah.
But the letters that I looked at, from girls and young women, they just show how much that Tereshkova's triumph meant for them, and how that promise of equality really was becoming real.
Wow, that
So
sounds
would it be
so
okay if I just
similar.
read a few of those?
I think that would be an amazing idea. Like, so I set up our drilling laser. So if I bring down the voltage a little bit, it sort of acts like a projection. So, since we're underwater, I think I could project that out of the spaceship with the step sequencer and the laser projector, I think together this would be an amazing experience, and I see the Phydera gels kind of congregating around the ship. So
Oh my gosh,
they
yes.
must feel that energy too. That's so exciting.
Roshana, it would be just incredible if you could read some of those letters for all of the Phydera gels here.
Let me see
I'm
if
just
this.
gonna grab my notebook here.
Okay, let's see if this projection's working here. I
Yeah.
think so. Oh yeah.
Aw.
We're projecting, and you can see the Phydera gels. They've kind of gathered to hear the story. Whoa.
Amazing.
So let me tell you a little bit about Earth's history. So I want to take you back to this incredible day, April 12th, 1961. You know, that was the day when Gagarin, this first human, left the planet, right? Got into orbit. And, you know, the kids who watched this, they were just incredibly excited and happy, and they were really optimistic about the future. And, you know, not only that, but, you know, they thought that they would go to space, right? They were absolutely sure that there has been this turning point, and they personally were going to be able to experience space travel. So you get that even little kids, you know, this group of kindergartners wrote a letter to Gagarin, and they said, when we grow up, without fail, we will make some kind of discovery. We write some kind because we're 7 years old and we still don't know exactly what kind of discovery it'll be, but without fail, we will make one. So they had that faith in themselves, but also in their society, right, to do this thing. Teenagers were also full of this cosmic enthusiasm. You know, one group wrote from Estonia, which was part of the Soviet Union at that time. They said, we're still young, 15, 16 years old, but we are sure that it will be imperative for us to fly to the cosmos, to the moon, Venus, Mars, and maybe discover new planets. So you can hear in their voices that excitement, that sense of purpose and possibility. And, you know, honestly, some of the kids that wrote, it wasn't just that they wanted to go to space, they thought their country owed them that opportunity. A letter from 3 15-year-olds said this flat out: we believe that every Soviet person has the right to be cosmonauts. So, you know, that kind of thinking was really prevalent in this moment, in this very heady moment. And, you know, when Tereshkova, when the announcement came out, the news came out about Tereshkova's flight in June 1963, girls were really front and center in this whole conversation. And, you know, they poured out their pride and their joy and their enthusiasm for female space travel in their letters, and also, you know, had that conviction too that, you know, they would follow their hero to the stars. A 6-year-old wrote to say, we children of the Soviet Union are very glad that the first woman to fly in space is Valentina Tereshkova. I will study hard, and when I'm grown up, I will fly in space even further. You know, so that dream was so alive. Another girl wrote a very ecstatic letter saying, how I want the feeling of rising to the cosmic heights. How I want to be in your place. I'm 15 years old. I'm neither outstanding nor smart and am not brave, but it seems to me that I live in an epic of miracles. So on the Soviet side, you know, these letters are full of those kinds of sentiments. Clearly, these events had a major impact on young people, including girls, and how they understood their own sense of self and possibilities. But for girls in America, the fact that the U.S. did not let women go was really discouraging. And, you know, you can get that, you hear that in their letters to Glenn. So this girl from Fergus Falls, Minnesota, you could hear the frustration. You know, she wrote, I would very much like to become an astronaut, but since I am a 15-year-old girl, I guess that would be impossible. And then another letter from a young teen in Coleman, Michigan, which is a small town, you know, brought attention to another obstacle. You know, it wasn't just NASA saying, you know, women can't be astronauts, but girls who were interested in space and astronomy and technology and all this stuff, they could face social exclusion. And that comes through really clearly in this letter. She writes, I'm a 14-year-old girl. In most respects, I am completely different from the normal girl because I like astronautics and space travel so well. I started using rocket lingo in school and at home, and quite often my school pals tell me in a joking way to stop talking science or they'll throw me out. Even though they say it kiddingly, I know they mean it. I used to be quite popular in school until I clammed up and started thinking astronautics. I have these 4 girlfriends I mainly go around with, but when it comes to boys or clothes, I'd rather talk space. So they kind of pair off and I'm left alone. But in the future, I want to work in some phase of astronautics. I have no other plan or goal or even desire to do anything else or be anything else. I've got to do this. I would like to be an astronaut too. So, those kinds of letters really emphasize the sort of chilling effect that traditional gender roles can have on girls and their sense of self and their purpose and who they think they can be. Certainly like that in the early space age. And it took a major movement, right? It took the women's movement in America in the 1970s and going on from there. And a lot of consciousness raising, before attitudes changed enough for NASA to take that step of letting women go to space. And that's when Sally Ride was able to fly.
Wow. Well, thank you, Roshanna.
Those letters were just so moving. Those letters are such a testament.
Well, thank you for letting me share them, especially with the hydrogels listening. I think the takeaway is that it's super important for girls to have role models who are so empowering. And that, Drea, are you there? Yeah, hi, Drea.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Roshanna.
You have already become a role model just by contacting NÄ and Blizz. And, you and your friends in the Phydera clan, you can use this example from Earth history to try to help organize and lobby the Phydera clan so that any hydrogel with talent and ambition can work for hydraulic rocket industries. And, it's going to be hard and it may be scary and it's going to take time, but Drea, you can do it.
Drea, do you get it? Oh
she's outside.
Wow, I've never seen the other clans react this way. I think hearing from your assistants on Earth will forever change our planet. But change takes time, especially when dealing with systemic structures like this. The Phydera are considering some bigger changes. But for now, they've invited me to join their board. Maybe someday I can even go to space.
Wow.
Well, that's great news, Drea. I'm so glad to hear that, and I sure hope so.
That would be
so
amazing.
Listen, before I let you all go, let me send you some copies of some of those letters that Drea, you and the hydrogels can maybe use these, and I know that that NÄ and Blizz can get them to you. So I'm going to go ahead and use the hydraulic tube here.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it'll take to get to you, NÄ, but here it comes. All right, are you ready?
Wow.
Yeah, let's do
Thank you
it.
so much for sending that.
And send it out of the way.
Wow.
All right.
Whoa.
Well, I guess it's on its way. Interplanetary space travel.
On its way to space. Wow. Of course you have hydraulic tubes in your office, Dr. Roshanna Sylvester. You are just that cool. And we just want to say thank you so much, truly, for all of your help tonight from myself and from Blizz. Of course, Drea thinks the same thing.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, she's so excited.
But hey, before you go, Roshanna, can I ask, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Well, I have to say that I really love lemon sorbet.
Ooh.
That is good.
I don't know if you already have a recipe for that in your vault, but maybe the hydrogels do. The hydrogels do. That would be great.
Yes.
We'll have to check in with them.
Yeah.
right.
See what's in that vault.
I think I better go. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you,
so
Roshanna.
much, Roshanna.
Oh my
Bye-bye.
goodness, thank you so much, Roshanna.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you, Drea. Bye.
Nice to be along for the ride.
Thanks, Kionius. See you.
Bye. Well.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's see, Drea, what's your feeling at this point? Do you think maybe we can, trade? That was really nice, and I hope it helps.
Thank you, NÄ, so much.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh.
Dad.
Awesome.
All that being said, you've opened the minds and hearts of all of us. And we'd love to give you our ice cream recipe.
We get to get the ice cream recipe, Blizz.
It sounds like it.
Thank you so much, Drea. I'm excited for what the future holds for you and for your civilization, and I'm so glad we could help. And now, Blizz, since the Phydera gels are giving us their ice cream recipe from their ice cream vault, you know what that means.
We need to play some
Vault music.
epic vault music. Yeah, that sounds great. Are you ready?
I'm ready to do it.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Well, let me see what I can come up with.
All right. I'm going in. I'm going swimming. We're going under.
We're going under.
Well,
I like this part because I get to, make up some epic vault music so we can open the vault. I gotta, there we go.
We did it!
Did we get ice cream?
Oh, Blizz, that swim felt so good because guess what?
What?
We got the ice cream recipe for a mouth-watering, water-based sorbet recipe.
It's a sorbet.
A sorbet. That's right, Blizz. And it has kind of a salty, savory, sort of lingering, sweet, savory thing going on. And it is delicious ice cream. Advisors, wow. We completed our mission. I mean...
Whoa, that's great, but you know what? We didn't get those letters yet. We had started installing that hydraulic tubing.
You're right. The hydraulic tube.
So we can give them to the Phydera gels.
That's right. Let's check and see if anything's coming through.
Okay, let me go check on that hydraulic tubing that Drea was floating around putting up or something. I don't know.
I know.
I was occupied.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh, man. Oh, I'm starting to see it. a huge hydraulic tube in the MPS 88. It's just like the one at Roshanna's.
A little bigger.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh,
This
look
is
at
this is massive. Blizz?
Keep going.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh my, look at that.
Oh.
And here comes the tube, our little guy is coming down it.
The letters.
There he comes. Oh my, did you get it?
I got it.
You got it?
The letters got all the way to outer space.
Got it.
All the way from Colorado.
Whoa.
How incredible is that?
Amazing.
Oh man, this is great. I'm gonna make sure that the spaceship is okay.
Good work.
All right, thanks Kionius for the encouragement there. Well, Blizz, let's make sure we give these to the fighter gels here. And
Of course.
I think we're gonna have to charge up our spaceship to take off because we completed our mission.
Did we really?
We did. After all that, we made it.
What song do you think we should play to power up our spaceship and blast off of the Phydera planet?
Well, I think we should play a song called Dacron Duvet,
That sounds like a great idea to me.
which is a song about a lot of fake things with the reminder that the things that are really valuable in life are the things that are actually real, that we hold nearest and dearest to our hearts. And I don't know, Blizz, I felt pretty moved by this mission. Ha! And you know what? While we're getting all set up here to launch our spaceship off, this is our last song for you all tonight, Ice Cream Advisors. But after the show, or after this song, we're gonna roll the credits. Thank you all. And we're gonna be chilling out in the spaceship lounge after the fact. If you want to open a drink with us, ask any questions about the show, anything technical, we'll be sticking around to cheers with you at our after party.
So come join us.
Awesome.
It's Saturnae. So,
Yeah. Got those rhinestone studs on my guitar amp. I got my autograph copied in a signature stamp. Got that sofa tent rug and a 60-inch screen. Got that glamping camping magazine. Check this pink neon jacket made of Indian pleather. Digital auto-tune of us singing it together. Do we want to get out of here? That fuzzy taxidermy behind plexiglass. I got a fantasy team, but they're coming in last. These virtual players, it's 2 against 1. A leopard skin print on my digital drum. Double reels, double takes, but baby it's you. Second play, second life, believe me it's new. Do we want to get out of here? A simulated life, it feels so safe. It's like we don't know real anymore. Searching for another way to escape. It's like we don't know real anymore. Dacron, Dacron Duvet, Dacron Duvet, Dacron Duvet, Oh my God, this life needs meaning. Crack open the door. Socrates meeting. Open up the door.
Appropriated math, popular taste, fair use, context is my saving grace. Got that 8-track vinyl on my MP3. Got that choreo record singing 1, 2, 3. 47 people singing, they wanna follow me. They wanna run with authenticity. And I said, hey, baby, you, baby, what's the problem here? Got a song in my heart, and I got no fear.
I got this Socrates meeting. Open up the door. We did it! We did our mission, Ice Cream Advisors! We've charged up the MPS 88! And thank you all so much for being here with us, Ice Cream Advisors. We really appreciate DePaul University Humanities being here with us tonight. We appreciate Dr. Roshanna Sylvester, Associate Professor of Critical Media Practices and Digital Humanities at the University of Colorado at Boulder, and also, of course, the Director of Intergalactic Astro Epistolary Studies.
There it is.
We really appreciate you all being here, and this has been episode number 4
Of season 2.
of
So join us
Cool.
in the chat, join us in the lounge for a drink, and we're gonna roll the credits and play a little music.
Cool. Thank you all again.
So much.
Let's play First Contact.
First contact.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ready? And boom. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Join us in the lounge. Have a drink. Or just enjoy us having a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Watch us have a drink.
Because that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll be in the lounge in like 2 seconds. Well, Nate will be in the lounge very soon. And I will figure out how to get over there in a minute.
There's a lot of...
Thank you so much for being here. Saw some great comments.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Wow, a fade out. I know. A live one, too. That you know, I got to find the right stuff. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Nay, are you good in the lounge?
I'm good. There's a lot of aliens over here, so we might have to do a little bit of moving and shaking.
Yeah.
But
You know, I think Drea liked it too. She was saying something. I translated it.
Oh my! Wow, that was amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
awesome.
There she is.
Awesome. We've got a beautiful little cardboard, Drea alien puppet over here. Thank you so much, Mike Polis. Aw, you guys. Wow. Thank you, Stranger Danger. Thank you. C. Robert Black. And thank you, Ryan Flynn. Man, what great folks. Oh, thank you so much, Creations by Kendra. We're so glad that you were here with us. And it's been great, man. I think this was probably the most intense show that we've put together so far with this episode 4, and just between we always put probably about 30, 40, 50 hours into just like the set making and the props and the script writing all combined, and it was just an honor to get to share this particular iteration with you guys. And yeah, dude. And it was awesome getting to meet Dr. Roshanna Sylvester, our expert on the show. What's amazing is that when Roshanna was teaching at DePaul University, she was a part of a humanities program that the DePaul Humanities Center put on, actually called DePaul Humanities in Space. And as I was looking at their YouTube channel, I came across her presentation about all of the amazing letters from all of the different women between Soviet Russia as well as the United States. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to reach out to Roshanna because she's as much of a space nerd as we are.
She's a bigger space nerd than we are.
She's definitely.
I mean that in the most
she absolutely is. So it was really cool getting to do that. And Sean says, "Nay, I think you're on to something with the pink scuba mask on the head." Yeah, it's a little tight, but it is a legitimately real scuba mask, which is pretty cool. So that was our major prop acquisition, and we have one for Blizz as well, which is blue. And I definitely think, especially with the Blizz aesthetic, he could definitely rock the blue snorkeling mask on set as well. But
ooh, cool!
Now we actually have to go snorkeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, yeah.
Hey, Lunabelle,
Oh, do you want to?
she might come with me. I don't know. Maybe we have room in the back of the spaceship.
Ooh.
She can sit by the TRS-80.
Just be careful of the neon there. We don't want her to, tip over and do something,
Lunabelle, you coming? She's been eating all this pizza. She's getting
A little heavy.
you know?
Yes.
Don't touch.
Oops.
Did she lose an eyelash?
No, I don't think so. All eyelashes and all nails are intact. What are you drinking tonight, Blizz?
Well, I brought some options, actually.
Okay.
I didn't
Cool.
know what you wanted. So I have the Revolution Brewing Freedom of Speech, Speech, which some people really like, some people don't like. It's a sour session sour, and I like it. I brought I forget what this one is, Maplewood, which I think is a Chicago brewery. Yeah, and it's a porter, I believe. Oh no, it's a Pilsner. It's a dry hopped Pilsner. Cool. It's kind of fun. I brought a sketchbook. Where's Sketchbook located?
In Chicago somewhere.
Also, yeah. That's a good one. And up, I think, slightly north of us, either Michigan or Wisconsin or something, I think, is Virtue. So they got the Virtue cider. I've only tasted the sketchbook and the speech. So which would you like? And I got you a water.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, sketchbook is in Evanston. We should know this. We drink enough of it to know it's in the.
Not even on camera. Hi, camera.
Oh my! You want to adjust that there?
Yeah, in a minute.
Yeah, we would love to actually get the brewery, a local brewery, to sponsor the show. It's funny, Sean. There's actually a brewery in Chicago called, or they do a beer called Be All End All, which we already have a song about that. So we've actually, with the help of our amazing friend, partner, songwriting partner, Patrick Sully Sullivan, he's actually reached out to them before, and I think we have to make it a little bit bigger before they, want to sign the deal with us. But
but I don't. Which one do you want?
Oh,
that was the question. I don't know. Thanks, everyone.
I'll do the sketchbook now that we're talking about it.
Okay, great. I'll get it for you. Well, are there any questions now that we finally got sat down? Is that appropriate English? I'm not sure, but that would be great. We've actually looked into sponsors with breweries, as well as in the past we've looked at some coffee places. Both of which we're pretty passionate about in our own way, obviously. So,
Right.
yeah.
Cool. Well, I think something that would be kind of interesting to talk about is the fact that in this show, we definitely played several new songs that we've never performed live before. And I'm actually curious to hear a little bit more of the story behind First Contact. Interesting thing about that song is this is a new song that we've performed on the show, but Ryan and his songwriting partner, Sully, Patrick Sullivan, wrote that song, 10 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that?
We wrote that way more than 7 years ago. I don't know exactly when, but definitely more than 7 years ago we wrote that song. We would have to ask Sully specifically why the motivation. There was probably a book that he was reading or something, but the idea is one that's fascinating to me as well, is like, well, and in that last 10 years, right, we now have, this sort of space race of like super wealthy, ultra rich folks who are building their own space rocket companies and talking about going to Mars or colonizing asteroids or mining on asteroids or whatever. But that 10 years ago maybe was an aspirational thing of some of those same sort of people in that wealth strata, and now it's like actually happening. And that was the idea, was like, if you could, would you, and I guess this is a question, if you could, would you take a spaceship and be sent out if we knew there was an intelligent species, but you also knew when you got there you wouldn't be around anymore? So you would be an artifact. And so the song's kind of about that idea. And obviously the character in the song, I'll be the first contact. Like, they'll probe my mind to find out what, and I think we changed the words a little bit. The original words were to find out what dead earthlings think, and I think we sang it tonight with what an earthling thinks. So it's a little, we like PG'd it a little bit, but it fits the NÄ aesthetic better.
I did not know that. I
Yeah.
transcribed those lyrics.
I think the original one is to find out what dead earthlings think, because the idea is, that they'll probe your mind. So yeah, I think it's a really fun song. So
The first time that Ryan and Sully played me the song in the recorded version that they have, it just it gave me chills, and I always thought it was an awesome song, and we did a whole live show series in 2019 at the Wilmette Theater where we performed more of like another sort of intergalactic adventure, slightly less narrative based. But we called it First Contact also, and I feel like that was not coincidental.
We didn't play the song. We never played it. No.
So if Jeff Bezos is the first contact, we're in trouble. Cheers. Yeah, cheers to that. Oh, boy. Great show. Thank you, guys. What's everyone drinking tonight? I'm always curious. Like, we're here, like, drinking on camera on live YouTube. I'm like, what is everyone else even enjoying right now?
Oh, that's cool. It shifted the camera color. Good work.
Oh, it got more. Oh, the beer did.
Yeah, when we went like that, it
Uh-huh.
messed up the camera's color situation.
Interesting. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I don't know about you, Ryan. I was just like, I've been thinking, obviously, this whole really like month up to this show about what it was going to be like for Roshanna to read those letters from all of the young girls, and like, whew. I like, at least it's got a Coke and water. That's awesome. I just feel like it was even cooler than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I agree. I thought. So obviously, those of you who have stuck with us through this season, this is show number 4, and then last season was like 4 shows as well. And we're the next show is going to be crazy. It's very much going a different direction, and we've already got the script written, which is like a lot. But this specific episode, obviously Roshanna is very passionate, and she's also very much like an academic professor, and she speaks very well, and she's well researched. So, and she was a cold contact. Like we have some contacts that knew her, but like she doesn't know us. We've never known her. So NÄ reached out with an email and was just like, this is what we're doing. Here's some links. Check it out. Would you be a part of this? Because we've watched your lectures online and they're fascinating. And we think that there's a story there that would be cool to incorporate into an episode. And she was like, this is great. Yes. We were like, okay. And then she showed up with just a wealth of thoughtful knowledge. And no joke, we were all in the script still editing stuff earlier today, including Roshanna. So, like that PowerPoint was not the same in our tech rehearsal earlier this week, for example, that was being triggered during the show. Like things have changed and evolved constantly and gotten shorter, as is often the case. You kind of, when you're passionate about something, you put more into it than needs to be there. And then there's a process of revising and redacting. And in this case, that all happened really, really fast in the last 48 hours. But I think we pulled it off. I hope so. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as that 14-year-old scotch, because that sounds great.
That does sound really good. Oh man, this is great. I feel like we're going to learn something here tonight. A homemade cocktail called a Red Dawn with vodka, framboise. I love framboise. It's you got to be in a mood for it, but that's a fun one. Cranberry juice and a splash of orange juice. Man, with an ingredient list like that, probably doesn't even matter what kind of vodka you use. That sounds incredible. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a frothy one, right?
Is that like a Chambord type thing? I don't know that one either. Sounds great though.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. Literally in sync right there. Oh, awesome. We got some good taste going on. Oh, White Claw. Oh, cheers. White Claw is not basic. It's a new invention, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
That's so fun. Did I talk about the glitter in drinks? I don't know. Have I talked about that on our after party thing. I don't know. There's this really. You guys might know the band. They're a synth duo, Resin Sun. They sent me this link on Instagram to this Instagram page called Fancy Sprinkles, and it is glitter that's edible that you can put in your cocktail. So I feel like one of these days I'm going to come into the lounge and have that all set up. I'm going to put that in a beer. It's going to be awesome. Roshanna says the type of vodka always matters. I feel that.
I don't know. I feel like I always end up with like bottles of half-finished vodka everywhere after like some thing where, you know, there's like people over and you want to make a drink and then you have vodka and then it sits. So maybe there is some suggestions that you might have for good drinks, like a daily drink. Like, I don't know. Like I enjoy like a little beer or a Guinness is my thing, but the vodka always seems to just end up in the closet, like just sitting. I'm like, dang it. I guess, and we have like 5 or 6 things of it now. So yeah. I don't know what to do with it. I guess I shouldn't combine them. I would assume that would be, Roshanna would be like, what? These savages.
Oh boy.
Yeah. How do you know because they don't know about vodka, I'm going to assume. But I'll let you guys try to figure that one out.
No, I have a question.
Oh, and Elise had a good point there, too. Well, she said we seem much farther on this episode than the last one. And that is very true. On the last one, we literally had wet glue on the arts and crafts as we were starting the show. Like literally. So we were like pre-show was running and we were still trying to finish things. So we definitely had not started working on the next show at that one. But I mean, each of these shows between doing like rehearsals, lighting, cameras, scenes in arts and crafts, scenes in the video systems, and then obviously writing music, and putting together lighting cues and green screen stuff and like those physical attributes that we have to deal with. I mean, it's a lot. And then you have to write a script as well. And that actually ends up being, you know, often a week or two of work of going back and forth on a script. So we're trying to figure out like how do we make that a little more manageable? Because it's probably around 80 hours for each of us, like to put together a show. Like 160 total hours for each show, maybe a little more than that. And so that ends up being a lot of work. It kind of becomes consuming. And to pull that off every 4 weeks when it's just the two of us is a lot. And NÆ leads a lot of that. And it's really invaluable because, you know, sometimes I get a little cranky. Where I'm like, I cannot keep track anymore of what episode we're working on or which arts and crafts I need to make. Or like, now you want this on top of this, but like I'm doing all those things. But you also want me to play music behind, like I at some point. So then I get a little, I'm like, I can't do, but.
You do a lot.
You have the positive. You keep it positive.
No, I mean, I think there's definitely a point that happens with pretty much every episode we do where we have like a breakdown the week of the show and we're just like, oh my God, the to-do list is still so long and we've already done so much. But I think the process is worth it. And I like to work collaboratively quite a bit, whether it's with musicians, artists, intellectual folks. I think that to expand the conversation, you have to have a conversation in the first place. And so what's great about each show is that it evolves and develops specifically because of a conversation that we've had with an expert or a conversation that we've had together in that brainstorming session. And then we've sat down with, of course, Kionius and have chatted with Kionius about ideas and ways to move forward. I mean, before Kionius took on the role as an AI supercomputer, he did some improv work as a supercomputer, which I think Google and Google and the Nest, the Amazon Nest, were actually modeled off of some of the early versions, early generations of Kionius computers for that kind of work. So that has been very helpful.
There's some truth in that. I'll say. Yeah. Oh, hold on. You know, so, okay. To follow. Boop, 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 boop. So, yes. It is amazing putting the shows together, and we're glad you appreciate that. And working as a team is really valuable. In this particular show, we also had a little understudy voiceover actor, which is worth acknowledging.
Yes.
And we hope you enjoyed Drea, who was voice acted by a 6-year-old. And, excuse me, almost every one of the lines you heard was a single, like, there was one take, maybe two, and that's it. Like, she was on fire. So, a shout out to Gogo about that, because it was really a smooth voiceover session where it was like, do you need some water? No. Do you want to take a break? No. Can you say it with a little more energy? Okay. And then she'd do it. And I was like, all right. So just a shout out to that. It was really a wonderful experience, but also I hope something that was like educational and interesting, and she, you know, can tell all her friends and be like, oh, I always acted this cartoon character. But it's more than that, right? I mean, she had to do it. She had to say it cleanly. She had to be clear. And she like saw what Drea would look like and like had to embody a character, and then really did it well, but while taking directions, which I think is commendable for a 6-year-old. Sorry, I just went in a total right turn, but it just like my brain was like, we have to acknowledge this if we're talking about Kionius and his voiceover talents, which obviously we use a lot of, but he's also a vital part of actually putting together the shows. So.
Yeah, what's great about Gogo is that like she'll just like, it's not like she's gotten in the vocal booth too many times, but I will say that in some of the backup vocals on Unicorn Party, she is a part of the there's 5 different kids that are on that song on Push Button Future, the album that we released in February. And so she had spent a little bit of time in the vocal booth for that song, but not really been featured. But it was funny because I think when you were mixing, Ryan, you ended up pushing her vocals pretty far in the mix for that song. And then, you know, she was just like super on board and like ready to work. And if you want to see Gogo, I think I made a behind the scenes post on Instagram. It's either on my feed or in the stories from this past week. So yeah. Sean has a good question there. Someone asked earlier if the computer cutout was a TRS-80. I remember those, but the oldest computer I worked on as a kid was an Osborne 1 before VIC-20 or VIC-20 C64 Apple I. Like, the oldest computers we've used. Okay, here we go. Let's do this.
Okay. Do you want me to just bring it on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, so we actually went through a bunch. We had Commodores, we had TRS-80, Radio Shack computer, which is just the best design ever. There's a Hewlett-Packard laptop from 1992 that gets used as well in promotional stuff. We haven't used it in the show, but it's amazing. It weighs like 12 pounds, 13 pounds, and it's a laptop. So we have a bunch of old machines. I can get it. It's a great one. Also, I haven't forgotten about the Russian joke, and I kind of want the answer.
No, he did post the answer.
I didn't see it.
He said that the American puts the cap back on or something. Oh man, we'd have to scroll.
All right, we'll find it later. It's fine. Okay, here you go.
Might have to post it
I will get Kionius's physical form in the NÆ-verse.
Oh boy.
Not far, it's right here.
Yeah, I mean,
Next to us. We're not lying when we say he's here.
he's here in the spaceship, in the spaceship lounge. Oh man.
Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, I talk a lot about how our most common props are obsolete electronics and vintage pieces. So that's sort of a recurrent element of the NÆ universe. There we go. It's currently blue screened or green screened out, so we can put things on it. We haven't utilized it yet in Saturnae, but I have a feeling we will soon. Oh, and Sean is filling in the line from Robin's joke here. Americans put the cat back on the bottle.
Oh, I got it.
What a beauty. Can you grab the keyboard too? Yeah, I'll hold it. So cool.
Chunk.
What a beautiful machine. What a beautiful machine.
Honestly, this keyboard still feels amazing.
Yeah, and it does turn on and it does work. And actually, this computer was Ryan's dad's computer, and he has the expansion pack for it.
Yeah,
so
like hard drive.
the expanded hard drives.
40 megabytes.
If you look on my YouTube channel, you can watch the Sugar Pumps music video, which has a shot. Actually, it's not VFX. It is literally the TRS-80 turning on and going live. So it sort of flickers on. It's really, really cool. Oh, cool! Robin also had the expansion model. Robin, do you still have that TRS-80 stored somewhere in your guys' basement there in Colorado? Or people probably don't have basements in Colorado. Sorry, I'm from Kansas originally, so I assume everyone stores things in the basement.
This is a 1978 model.
1978 model.
Yeah, this one's a 1978 model, and it has the full expansion pack thing with the extra 40 megabytes of like potential expansion with the floppy and all that. It's really cool. And it's just a beautiful computer, because the thing is, like, literally 2 years later, when you hit the 80s, the design, like the amount of effort put into design plummeted. Like, they just all became these sort of beige boxes. But this thing is just beautiful. The monitor still turns on. The rest of it, not really. The capacitors and whatnot are shot, but it actually does turn on. We've got, like NÄ said, we've got that green tape, blue tape over it to act like a green screen, blue screen type thing. But it does turn on the screen, the monitor, and it looks cool. It's kind of fuzzy snow.
So cool. This is great.
What was the? Was that question based on the actual arts and crafts? That is awesome. Okay, cool.
Yep. So we needed to show Kionius talking in, I think it was episode 2, because as a supercomputer, he did interject his own thoughts and ideas into our mission in that episode, and so we needed a way to visualize him, and so I was literally staring at the TRS-80 as I was sketching out a way with construction paper and the right colors of gray to make a micro arts and crafts version. So, yeah. Right. But yeah, it's awesome. No, having just met Robin, we know, with your background in information sciences and technology and programming and algorithmic ideation, and oh man, you could probably put your title in the chat. And I memorized Roshanna's. I did not memorize yours, clearly. And yeah, Sean is an awesome mixing and recording engineer and producer in Chicago area. So it's awesome. You guys are chilling out. Professor of Information Science. Okay, I was close. Yeah.
Yeah, these old machines are fascinating, and an interesting thing that both of us deal with in teaching creative arts and stuff, a lot of which revolves around computers now, is sort of this lack of understanding, I don't know, appreciation, whatever. But we have a lot of work that we do in classrooms and with students where it's not really about like the ability. It's like they expect the machines to just work, and that it's like you need to know how to actually use these. These are just machines, and they're fascinating and interesting, but like to assume that because you have Photoshop, you therefore know how to use Photoshop, or because you have an iPhone with a camera, you know how to take good pictures, or because you have like an interface and some microphones, you know how to do a recording. Like that idea sort of breaks down a little bit right now because everyone has access to computers, and so many apps and computer systems are designed to be extremely user-friendly. So that's something that I love about old machines. And I'm not a programmer. I don't hack into the machines and like modify things much, but I like to understand how they work and like why they crash and so forth. And we're glad nothing crashed today, because we were having some issues earlier in the week with sort of switching stuff going down with PowerPoint and communicating. So sort of working through those problems and understanding that like the systems do a certain thing, but like what you think of, you might be able to figure out how to make the systems do. And I love that challenge of sort of, how do we use technology? Like the technology doesn't, like I hate things where it's like you put in your picture and it outputs like a pencil drawing of your face. And I'm like, well, I love it, like conceptually that someone designed that and made it work. But like, that's not art. I mean, for the user, it's not art. For the programmer and the artist who figured out how to make it work, that's art. But for the person who's like, I have this amazing picture of my face that I just I'm like, yeah, but yeah, how do you make that art? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fascinating. I teach both digital photography as well as film photography at DePaul University here in Chicago. And with both classes, it's so interesting, like sort of breaking down the mechanics of how to use technology to do what you want to do and to actually have control over it instead of allowing the technology to dictate it for you, which I do think, a lot of modern technology, Apple, unfortunately, I'm sorry, throwing them under the bus, may be a big culprit of that, but I really feel like, it's important to push yourself or ourselves, no matter how you utilized it, to really understand how it works. And the thing that pushes our show forward and the way that, and the reason why we can do what we're doing is that we built a PC computer that is running a pretty intense graphics card and has quite a bit of RAM in order to do the live camera switching that Blizzle has really you've gotten really good at it. You've gotten really good at it. Yeah. And also, Kendra, shout out to Kansas. Woo! I have to acknowledge that Kendra's from Kansas also, and Elise, if she's still here. We've got a good Kansas, Michigan, and Colorado, and Chicago presence tonight, which is cool. But it is 10 o'clock, Blizz.
Let's get some lunch.
We should go and eat something. We should go and have some food because, Luna Bell ate all that pizza, but there's got to be something around here. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for awesome. Hi, Elise. We really appreciate you guys sticking around tonight and having a drink with us, and also just for coming to the show. We put a lot of time and effort, energy into it, as do our experts on the show, and it was just, man, what a mind-blowing experience tonight.
Yes, thank you so much for being here, and we hope to see you on the next episode, which is August 28th. August 28th. And there will be a slight change. Oh, we're also always interested. If you guys have ideas for the show or something, always feel free to put that in the chat. Like we are developing this as we go. We're excited, and we want the involvement of you as fans of the NÆverse and what NÆ is doing. But yeah, August 28th is the next show, and we are really excited. We will also have, can I say this?
You can say this.
All right, I'm going to say it. We will have a guest artist that we run into in the universe, and that is the band Waking April. So if you want to check out Waking April online or whatever, very interesting synth duo from North Carolina. So August 28th, Waking April will be here. I won't say any more about the details, but chaos ensues. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time. Have a great night. Let's go get some food, Blizz.